I want to ask you, for a guy in the nation's capital, during the murder capital era, and we don't have to explain that, the nation's capital was a terrible place. The murder rate was between 400 and 500 almost every year. And you, this little 100-pound, smart, but kid, how did you get involved in, let's say, the drug trade or the subculture? How does a 12-year-old get caught up in something like that for a person that has no idea?
Yeah, back then in the 80s and 90s, it was an open air drug market on every corner. And so then you have the influence of movies like Colors and New Jack City and Menace to Society. So you listen to this new genre of music, hip hop, rap, and so you seeing it right there outside your doorstep. And so for me, even today, like I'm just um, I'm just driven to self enterprise. Like it's I think some people misconstrue it like it's about the money. The money is just a reward. I really just enjoy um, the process of like selling, and and everything that comes with selling, the consumer relations, the marketing. Um, I couldn't wait till I got out of prison to get to the internet and be able to like to hustle globally. To be able to connect with people all over the world and to sell them a product. And now it's like storytelling and product development through authentic storytelling. And so for me, I kind of just, I just wanted to move my mom out the hood when my mom was able to move out the hood when I was 13. I was just addicted to the lifestyle of just making money. And I couldn't see how, even though I was academically gifted, I saw no one in my community who had the ability to make money from going to school, the type of money that I wanted to make. I wanted to make the money now. I didn't want to wait until I graduate from high school and then go to college. It was just, just a rash decision, not approaching it with a marathon mentality. Just caught up in a sprint, and it cost me 22 years. And so, lesson learned.
So let me ask you, let me take you to this life sentence at 16. First and foremost, I don't know how it was for you. I just spoke to a lot of us that have been charged as an adult, but I see a lot of people don't fully understand that. So before we go into that, I just want to ask you, did you know that you could be charged as an adult for anything at the age of 16 when you first were arrested?
Yeah, the Title 16, that hung over my community like a white cloud. A guy who I used to hang with, he got Title 16 in '94. The two twins from 18th and D, by me boxing at Ham, I and my cousin Daryl Flowers, who got killed, used to be there on 18th and D. But if you box for Ham, you was at the Elliott gym there, you're gonna be around the guys from 18th and D. And that's how I met the twins. And they got Title 16. Roy and them from 21st Junior. It just was so many people in the community getting Title 16. And so as soon as I turned 16, that was the thought on my mind. It's like, damn, like it's a high probability the lifestyle that I'm living, one way or the other, either I'm gonna get killed. Because my best friend, he got killed February '96. I turned 16 September '96. And so, my other comrade, Momolu, he went to the Title 16 when in like April '90, right after he turned 16 on a bogus case. And so everybody on my team got Title 16. And so it's just like when you live a life resolving your conflicts through gun violence, either you're gonna get cut down or you're gonna go in. I don't think we were that sophisticated as kids to be as crafty as maybe some older people were, or maybe even some younger people. But I was always aware of Title 16. It hung over me like a white cloud.
So I'm not going to take you all the way back down the road. You just explain how you got to the adult system and you get into 2 life sentences, and sadly for something that you didn't do and you wasn't even present for. And I can go into that, but I kind of want to ask you some stuff that not many people your age really have memory, or they're not in a position to speak on, and that is Lorton. So that means that as a teenager, you actually went to Lorton Reformatory. Can you, from the jail, the juvenile block, can you take me to take me through the psychology of a 16-year-old where Washington, D.C., coming from D.C. jail to the notorious Lorton? What was that for you as a 16 and 17-year-old?
Yeah, I came up to jail on the juvenile block when I was 16. And I never, like, even to the day, I'm not like mechanically inclined, right? I'm still amazed at how I learned how to, at the jail, how to break down a mirror and like take a nail, make a knife. Like, I'm like, how the hell did I learn how to manufacture knives like that? But when you're in that environment, and so, and I almost caught a body up the jail on the juvenile block. The guy was pressing charges on me even before I went to trial. And so when I went to Lorton, the juvenile block was so vicious that the only thing I was concerned about was just my strength. Like by the time I went to Lorton, I just didn't have any fear anymore. And you got to think they just
For
gave.
1 second though, Holly. Let me stop you for 1 second. I kind of skipped some. Can you give me can you talk to me a little bit about the juvenile block? Because I've talked to many people when I was in the juvenile block myself, that the juvenile block seemed to be a little bit more hyper intensive than the adult phase. Would you agree?
See, when I went to Lorton, I went behind the wall, so you locked down like 23 hours a day. And you got guys been locked up longer than I've been alive. I'm only 17 when I get to Lorton. And so it really was about respect. And because if you disrespect somebody, the consequences could be swift. They're going to be swift down there. And so, people getting stabbed while they handcuffed. But on the juvenile block, you're dealing with children facing the rest of their life in prison, no GED classes, no type of programming, just one TV, two phones, and too much idle time to just bully and prank one another. I've seen guys, endure uh, things, man, so humiliating. You know what I'm saying? That I can't lie. If that would have happened to me, I would shoot a guy in his face today. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even care about going back to prison. Some of the things I saw happen to guys over there, man. And so I'm just thankful that my ride over there was pretty easy outside of the situation where I almost killed the guy over there. I really never really had no problems like that. I never, went through some of the hazing, the hazing over there, people making people wash their drawers, wash their socks. I mean, I didn't see dudes get walked on leashes. Man, just humiliating things, man. And so, um, but when I reflect on it, it's just like a bunch of children engaged in cognitive dissonance, meaning that the reality of facing the rest of your life in prison is before you every day, but you still find a way to forget about it and have fun on the tier. Water fights, fist fights, even people joning, people rapping, making music, and building community. And some of my strongest relationships that I hold dear to this day is with some of the children that I formed deep love and camaraderie with. We was going through that as children. We was fighting for our lives, and and still dealing with the in jail. You fighting in court, and then you fighting on the tier. This tier beefing with that tier, and and people get stabbed, and you get caught on the basketball court. Now, know if one adult dude might come up and stab you. Just it was just a lot. And me looking back on it, I'm even amazed, that I was able to get through that stuff, man, because just being a child facing the rest of your life in prison and fighting it, right? You literally like fighting it. And so, and then you got to fight to keep your, your integrity on the inside, and then you got even adults stabbing, dudes when they go down. You know how it was on North One, you know what I'm saying? And so you might be going down there trying to play basketball and you didn't kill somebody's nephew, adult guy on the bottom tier come up and stab the hell out of you on the basket. We've seen that happen with Kofi, you know what I'm saying? So, it just was a very traumatic experience, man. And you never want to portray like I was the toughest guy in the world. I just think that, man, my prayers were over me, because everybody could lose a fight. Anybody can get stabbed. You don't win every battle. And so I really feel like my family prayed over me, man. I never really like had problems, nowhere I went, even going to Lorton. Like I went to Lorton and it was like, I just got to work out harder because I saw a guy get a knife took from him as soon as I went down there. And I'm like, damn, like, because that was my thing. Like when I got down there, give me a knife. Like, okay, I got a knife. Then I see a guy take a knife from a guy. And, I'm like, damn. So
that was like awakening, huh?
And I'm on the juvenile block doing 1,000 push-ups. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, now I got to do 1,000 push-ups and 1,000 sit-ups, and I got to run, and I got to lift weights. I have to get strong because no matter like how respectful you are, you got some men that don't respect. You know what I'm saying? And so when they don't respect, me, I like nice things. My mother sending me, the Penny Hardaways and the Nike Airs. Somebody might, they might try you. They'll try a man too. And so when that happens, you want to be in the best condition to defend your person and property. You know what I'm saying? And so and to this day, I work out as much as I can, like just always. I'm thankful that I was in those environments because that commitment to physical fitness and self-defense, it stays with me today. But coming up with my dad training me in boxing, so it wasn't foreign to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to training, and so but Lorton was, it was a different animal. And that's why I learned like where, it's not just about pushing a knife. It's really about respect. It's about using your intelligence for diplomacy instead of just violence, because that's why I really like never had problems. And one thing I learned from a Howard University professor is that they said 99% of the Black males who get killed by police have speech impediment problems. And my ability to articulate how I feel under pressure, it really it mitigated a lot of opportunities to have senseless, violent interactions with other guys that was locked up.